Hi, Tracy from Cheese Needs. So I get asked a lot of the time, I've got goat milk, what can I make with it? Well, the answer is pretty much anything that you can make with cow milk or with sheep milk. Milk is milk is milk. Yes, there are different fat and protein compositions. For a home cheese maker, completely irrelevant. Seriously, it's completely irrelevant. Most people that aren't in the cheese game, most people will assume that this is goat's cheese. A log of chevre, round normally. Sometimes they'll have tried it wrapped in something or rolled in something. They'll have little, discs, medallions of it, spreadable like Philadelphia, and a little bit tangy, a little bit yogurty. There's kind of a lipasinous tang to it, which some people really like and some people really don't. There are things you can do when you're harvesting goat milk to make sure that it doesn't have that heavy lipasinous tang. You can make sure you don't jostle the milk too much, get it cold as fast as possible, make sure that you're cleaning those teats properly, and keeping all barnyard material out of the milk, and then treating it as carefully as possible. Never ever freeze goat milk if you want it to be cleaner tasting, fresher tasting. If you want it to taste lipasinous, if you want that wet goat tang to your chevre because you're making chevre or whatever, then yes, you can freeze it and it will make it more so. But for the majority, you don't want to freeze goat milk. You want to keep it as gently handled as possible. Now, here I've got a selection of cheeses that I picked up at Cheese Boutique in Toronto a couple of weeks ago, and they are all made of goat. Afram knows his stuff, so I said to him, I want to try some different goat's milk cheeses because there's a very narrow sort of window of goat's milk cheeses in my area. The only goat's milk cheese that I can pick up here is classic plastic vacuum wrapped chevre, and I've got goats, so I can make that myself with my eyes shut. So he was able to steer me in the direction of several different cheeses, and there's several different types. So this one here is Le Chevron. This is from Quebec, and I believe this is a pasteurized milk version, soft ripened cheese. This is Chèvre d'Or, which is one of France's most popular cheeses. It's wrapped in a little leaf, which is adorable. It means golden goat. So these two are going to be pretty similar. They're going to be soft cheeses, spreadable with a bloomy rind. But also you've got Midnight Moon. Now this is Cypress Grove, and this is a ridiculously good seller. This apparently flies off the shelves. They can barely keep it in stock. So I bought a goodly wedge of that because I really like this one. I've tried it recently in Buffalo and it blew me away. So I'm going to open these up and we will have a look. Okay, so everything's opened up now. I've got some bagel here that I can put some of this softer cheese on. Let's start with Le Chevron. So the paste is nice and firm. Not too much of a cream line, which is fine. I'm going to try this on its own first. You can smell the Penicillium candidum on the outside. You can smell the bloomy rind. You can smell the earthy, mushroomy flavours that you get from that style of cheese. Oh, that's good. It's lactic, buttery. The paste is quite elastic. The rind just comes away and it just melts. I would say there is a goaty area. There is lipase present in the flavour, but it's not unpleasant and it's not overpowering. It's very light. There's almost a lemon zest after note as it's coming back out. I'm getting bananas. Inexplicably, I'm tasting bananas. This I would pair with a nice light, bright, fresh white wine. Something like Riesling. There is a sweetness at the back of the mouth, which is very pleasant. The rind tastes almost powdery, like powdered sugar on a donut. Not like sugary, but that kind of texture. That's really, really good. La Chevron from Quebec. This is the chevre d'or, which is from France. Again, bloomy rind. Looking at the brainy-like exterior, you can see there's Geotrichum candidum in here. There we go. Again, nice smooth paste. No breakdown towards the edges. Sticky. The rind is sticky and somewhat wet. I have a feeling when I take a whiff of this, there's going to be some bee linens. Maybe that's just the colouring left over from the leaf. Oh no. Yeah, there's definitely some bee linens in there. And now I'm covered in this. Sticky fingers. Okay. So if you're new to eating cheeses that have bee linens on the outside of them and you're nervous, then you can just go for the paste. Try and eat just some of the paste to start with to get the flavour, and then go into some of the rind afterwards. It has a light, definitely lactic smell. That's phenomenal. The paste melts in the mouth, coats the palate in this really amazing buttery diacetylactis kind of flavour profile. That is phenomenal. I was trepidatious about this because sticky cheeses tend to be outside of my wheelhouse currently. I'm still working on that as an area I enjoy. This is really, really phenomenal. It's light and brainy looking, kind of like a crottin. Similar flavour profile to Chabichou de Pitou. No goat at all. There's no lipase coming through. It's not spreadable. If I'd kept it a little while longer. I'm definitely not keeping it a little while longer. I'm going to eat the whole thing. Yeah, the sticky is deceiving. This is definitely, this is amazing. Pairing green grapes, acidic fruit. So green grapes, kiwis, unripe peaches. Something to cut through that creaminess. This is a fighter. This is a strong cheese. This is not like a standard brie or, you know. The flavour on this is really, really good. You are going in my belly. Okay, so finally we're going to cover the Midnight Moon from Cypress Grove. Now, obviously, I've taken off the black wax. Can't eat that. The piece of rind immediately adjacent to the wax. That's why my dog's just come over. So I've trimmed that away because that's not going to be, it's going to be too toothsome. It's going to be too firm on the outside. I've had this before and I absolutely love it. That's amazing. It melts on the tongue. It's semi-firm, almost Gouda-esque in its bendiness. It's sweet, but not sickly sweet. Nutty, there's an aspect towards the rind of drier, more, you have to chew it, more chewy towards the edge. But the center of the paste is just pure, clean. Everything you get on the nose, you get in the palate as well. It just, this cheese just delivers. So this goat milk Gouda style cheese is aged a minimum of 9 months. It's from Cypress Grove, which of course is a fabulous creamery in California. And it is a really, really top cheese. I love this. Anytime I'm in a cheesemonger and I don't have any of this in my fridge, I'm going to buy some of this because I keep this in on a regular basis. Not discerning any tyrosine crystals in there. This is, as I said, 9 months at least. But just a cracking cheese. This is a crowd pleaser. This is, anybody would eat this. This is accessible to anybody. There's nobody who's going to be like, oh, that's too goaty. You can't taste any goat at all in this cheese. Just a really exceptionally good, clean, Gouda style cheese. So there you have it, 3 goats cheeses that are very different from your standard chèvre. Although one of them is called chèvre d'or, that's a cracking cheese. There is a lot of flavour there. That coat on the outside really gives it some punch. The Le Chevron is clean and zingy and citrusy even. And then the Midnight Moon, just classic, crowd pleaser. Can't go wrong with any of these. So if you've only ever tried chèvre and that's your experience of goat cheese and you weren't a fan because of the goatiness, branch out a bit, try some other stuff. Thanks for joining me.